Bruh. Guys, we got trades, we got award winners, we got Padres trying to scramble, Yankees not doing what to do, Mets are gonna Mets, and the Angels are making fucking progress. Today at the Hambino podcast, again, we got our Puerto Rican guy. We got Boo Boo in the house. How you doing, Boo Boo?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I know it's been a minute since we've been on this. Lot's changed in my life. A lot for the good. So that's good stuff going on, man. But I'm glad to be back on. Obviously, postseason. Braves winning the series. Now, here comes the offseason. This is where shit gets heavy. And it kind of just bridges us till, spring training, So along with winter ball's going on, obviously, in all the Latin countries and stuff. So, it's cool, man. But I'm definitely excited to be on and talk about all the latest stuff with going on in the bigs.
Tell me a little bit about the program that you got going on right
now, dude. What you mean, like the baseball stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I actually jumped into a new career as far as industry wise. A full-time job. I'm in the construction field now, doing stuff like that. But that's not what we're here to talk about. But I did. I'm still coaching with the college. I'm on as the catching coach. So I'm still part of that, doing a little bit of recruiting and things like that. Cool. But I was able to get on a new venture, and I am now the director of recruiting and player development for US Elite Arizona, which is an organization out here based in the greater Phoenix area. And, we're just starting out. They just started actually about just over a year ago, branching out this way, and they got their own little chapter and thing out this way. And I've seen them play when I was a director of scouting for the tournament organization I worked for. I saw these guys play a lot. So now me hopping on, it's pretty cool to be on the coaching side of things. But
plus there's also players that you've seen playing, like you said, you've seen them trying to scout them and stuff. I mean,
yeah, exactly. So my main gig, I will be on the field as well coaching, but it's not going to be as much, obviously, on that side of things. I will be running practices, like our training programs, a lot of development stuff as far as mental preparation, things of that nature. So I'm doing a lot of like I wouldn't say off the field stuff, but outside of the normal tournaments and games and things like that, I'm doing the back end things with like recruiting, helping these guys get more of an idea of how the recruiting process works, how to prepare themselves. Obviously, like I said, running practices, doing stuff on the field that makes them a better ball player and makes them more, makes them more attractive to college coaches. Because, yes, at the end of the day, it's easy to spot the kid that's just really fucking good out there, right? Everybody.
Oh yeah, dude.
Everybody knows who the best kid on the field is, right? But it's those kids that have the potential that show, little things. And a lot of times that's a kid taking an extra base, that's a kid reading the ball in the dirt. So it's all these little things that I'm helping these kids develop because, yes, the goal, everybody wants to get drafted and play D1 and all that shit. But, there's a lot of different opportunities that still lead to those goals, man. So that's pretty much what I'm on this side of things. Helping advise my ball players and kind of the recruiting process because it's difficult, and with the whole COVID stuff, it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
So even then, it's becoming more and more competitive. So now it's like, hey, now it's finding the answers. Like, hey, what can get me seen better? What's gonna be more attractive? Because everybody can put together the 3 best swings on a video.
Yeah, you can edit the shit out of that too.
Yeah, it's how you play the game. And the least fundamentally things and like things you should already know getting to college. Once you get there, the better it is for your coaches to go about you developing as a higher caliber ball player. If you're still on the little, basic fundamental stage, or there's basic stuff you should know that you don't because of development issues, like that can hinder you at the next level. And, sometimes that's how guys get weeded out right away, So my side of things to help develop these guys as ball players and, pretty much, getting to the next level. So,
who does exactly the same thing you just said right now? Lance Berkman, Big really? Puma. He came up in a podcast with Sean Casey and was basically explaining, he's a college coach right now. I forgot the university that he does, but he basically said the same thing. Like, he gets these players and they think they know what's best for them coming in, but they still they have the basic fundamentals, but obviously you still gotta feed them more knowledge into baseball IQ and stuff like that, because like you said, we're in the age right now of baseball analytics, correct? Everything is an analytic. It's analyzed, it's proven, it's all computerized at the moment. It's making that shift, but also like having the old school fundamentals. It's still part of the game.
Oh yeah, man. That's the thing is, bro. We the thing is, baseball is evolving, right?
Yeah,
But it's in a sense where it's evolving, but it still doesn't take away from the basic foundations. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like you could cook your abuelita's menudo, right? Or her caldo that she makes, right?
mm,
And along the way, you start being like, you forgot something, you added something else in, and you liked it better. And it's like, oh shit, right? So
yeah.
you evolve the recipe, right?
But
But it
it
still
still
has
comes
all its
back to the
basic
same thing.
fundamentals and basic foundations, right?
Yeah,
So this whole launch angle swing, motherfucker, every swing has a launch angle. So that's the shit that's so stupid. And just this whole fad, and there's so many things, man. And we can get into when he catch and all that stuff. I ain't here. I know this is kind of taking us away from what we're gonna talk about, but there's all this new shit that all of a sudden people are acting like the old shit don't work no more. Like, hey, just because this is something new, a new way of teaching, maybe a different angle of like maybe certain players click better with this understanding, with this teaching. It's all gonna come back to the same type of shit. You know what I mean? Like I
it's
said,
all coming back around again. It's all going like, well, let's go back to the basics again and see if it works out. I mean, going back to where literally all this and that the analytics started with Oakland A's. They're the first ones that started trying to change baseball in a sense with the basic Moneyball movie.
Yeah.
So all that progressed, and obviously we're now at launch angles, pitching simulations. I mean, it's crazy out there. Obviously, it's worked for some players, and it's hurt others. Others rather not even deal with the analytics, and they'd rather just stick to their own shit. Like Nick Castellanos, he's like, I don't fucking listen to the hitting coaches. I do my own stuff. I stick to my own stuff. It's worked for me. And right now, you got a bidding war form between the Marlins and the Giants. So,
and and it just goes back to that. Like everybody learns differently. You know what I mean? Like everybody retains information a little differently. Like some, and it's when it goes back to it, man. Look, at the end of the day, you and I play with dudes that are still playing at a very high level.
yeah.
Right? We grew up playing against them. Things like that. Like as we grow, I guess I've studied in the industry and I've studied with baseball and, being on this end and coaching, doing a lot of scouting, evaluating. But it's like, I look back on those guys and I'm like, shit. Like there was dudes that were like, man, there were dudes just as good as them. But, at a certain point, there's a level that
you can't get past.
Some just can't. And you just can't and will never will. Like there's people.
Mine was JV.
But it's true. Like in some other facets, you know what I'm saying? But in other ways, dude, watch. In other ways, you're more savvy than this other dude who's better than you at this. You know what I mean? Like everybody has their niche and has what they got going. But when it comes to baseball, when it comes to sometimes talent, like you could work your hardest and you're not going to be that good, or you could be the one that busts your ass all you want on the field. And at the end of the day, you're not a top 9. You're not a top 10. Hell, you're barely in our top 25.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so this is what it is, but when you get to those elite levels, like guys are just fucking dudes, and then there are a lot of factors that play into it. I'm not saying the most talented, skilled baseball players are on the major leagues. Like, yes, a majority of them are very skilled and talented, but some of those dudes, they got there because, hey, they played there's something they did and they're consistent at it, and they're good enough. Like, I guess that goes for every sport, man, but it's just, it's just crazy. Just the separation. And, sometimes people don't understand that shit. And then when you go and see people in person, you go see a major league game in person, you're like, holy shit, this is really fast. It's like, oh yeah, fucking Joe Schmo from down the street who fucking delivers mail thinks he can fucking hit Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, good luck, fam.
Oh, by the way, Shohei Ohtani won American League MVP. So if you want to rub that in my face, you can go ahead.
bro. You know what? I would if I felt like I got away with murder. Like if I just fucking like if I snuck that one out of you. It's like, no, Pecas, like this is exactly what the fuck I was explaining to you earlier in the year, that this guy's a fucking G. And ain't nobody little bow wowing him right now. He's the
Now,
fucking
how do you
man.
feel about him? Do you think he set the bar so high for himself that he has to be at this level for here on out?
The thing is, that angle is if he was surprised that he did what he did. I don't think there's any pressure on him. That's the reason. There's a whole. He knew he was this good. You know, he just needed to be healthy. That's why he took that little rookie minimum contract coming over here, because he had to be past a certain age to get bidded on and all that, whatever that situation was, right? But he's like, no, that's fine. I know I could wait a couple more years and go get 150, 200, or I can go play there, prove what I am, and I'll fuck around and go get $300 million. You know what I mean? So, plus. So,
I mean, he's got, what, 2 more years left on his contract?
And if they're smart, they're gonna offer him something nice and juicy before that ends up.
Because I don't know, man. I mean, fuck.
Because if this motherfucker does become consistent like he did this year, and like we're seeing a 5, 6, 7 year run of something similar to this, like you're missing out if you don't let this guy fucking. You know, I mean, when Mike Trout and Albert Pujols talk about they ain't never seen anybody like this, I'm gonna fucking believe him.
Oh, dude, it's just not him. CC was like, you guys need to fucking pay attention to this guy. This guy's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about. I mean, I feel kind of bad about. Obviously, he wasn't gonna win the Cy Young Award. Robbie Ray just fucking went at it.
Yeah, he didn't pitch enough to win the Cy Young Award.
That too.
He definitely swung it enough, and he pitched enough, along with him swinging like the way he swung it, to be like, there's no fucking, you know.
My thing is, I just felt
if you give him 30 starts, what's his record looking like? What's his ERA looking like? He might have maybe he has a slightly higher ERA.
Maybe 9-2 with a 3.18 ERA, 156 Ks, and 130 in a third innings.
How many starts did he have? What do you have, like 19 starts, 20 starts?
I can't. It's gonna take me a while. My computer's so.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just thinking.
But I mean, he had decent. I mean, every start that he did, he had really decent starts. Regardless, I mean, the Angels just couldn't fucking hit.
Yes, the Angels.
That was their thing. They didn't have a team last year, and this year, I mean, yeah, they went off and signed Noah Syndergaard, but yet again, you're taking a shot at him.
Yeah, that's a risk.
That's a risk, because the whole thing with Noah.
That's just like 2017.
Yeah,
2018.
The whole thing with Noah is, yeah, he could have stayed with the Mets, but the Mets aren't gonna offer him anything because he hasn't pitched in 2 years. Now, do you think the Mets are gonna make the commitment and paying this guy he got 21 mil for 1 year when he's only pitched 2 innings in 2 years? That's too big of a commitment for the Mets, especially being the fucking Mets. So the Angels needed pitching. They have, I mean, Noah Syndergaard, 2018, he pitched a 3.03 ERA with 25 games pitched. 2019, 32 games, 4.28 ERA, 197 innings pitched. And 2021 was just 2 games, 2 innings. So, I mean, you're taking a risk, but now you think that's going to be it for the Angels?
No, I don't think it's going to be it, but I'm just curious on how they're going to move this offseason. Like, I'm really curious. I mean, if they add some pieces in the rotation, this is not picking up Noah Syndergaard right now. It's not going to look like a bad look. But if Noah Syndergaard's the main fucking attraction you got this summer on the bump, that's a bad look. You know, that's when all of a sudden comes back to it being, I guess you could shift the pressure on Noah being like, hey, this motherfucker got to come out and perform now, you know?
Now,
or
there's some pitchers that the Angels can sign that are free agents. Obviously, if you want to dump big money to go for for head starter. You got Scherzer that's open for Bucks. Because I honestly don't think the Dodgers are going to sign him again.
He ain't going to the Mets, bro.
He's going for the Mets?
No, he ain't. I don't think Scherzer is. Scherzer would have to get a buttload of money, bro. Like,
I think Detroit might go after him.
That wouldn't be a
I
bad.
think it's a decent fit.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Because I mean, they were thinking about getting Verlander, and Verlander just teased everyone and went back to Houston. There's Kevin Gausman. There's I honestly
all he did was drive up the price for Houston to pay him that 1 year $25 million, bro.
Fuck yeah, that's all he did. And
he wants
Peter
to pitch.
Gammons
He's
tweeting
like,
about it. He was like, "Oh, I think he's gonna go to the Yankees."
Yeah, I couldn't see that coming. No.
Honestly, in my opinion,
either guys really want to go to the Yankees or they don't. And if they really want to go to the Yankees, they always make it known. So
yeah. In my opinion, I feel if the Angels, like you said, if the Angels, this is their biggest attraction, Noah Syndergaard, they're gonna be shit for the rest of the year. Again, they need to empty the pockets and go for a decent pitcher. If you want a Cy Young Award winner that's looking for a boatload of money and has found something, you got Robbie Ray.
Trevor Bauer.
Huh?
Said Trevor Bauer?
Now, here's the thing with Trevor Bauer. Is he even going to fucking play next year?
He'll be allowed to play. Will he? Playing him? I don't know.
Who do you think is willing to throw their hands in the fire for him?
Well, yeah, because this is the issue, right? So legally he's
good.
fine. He's good. He's straight. He's scot-free now, right?
Yeah.
But it's the fact that everything that went down is public record, and we all get to read. I mean, I ain't read.
Dude, I read the comments. I read the text messages.
I read enough.
Yeah.
I didn't read everything, but I read enough to be like, damn. Now, granted, hey, are there other motherfuckers that do some crazy shit like that? I don't doubt it. I'm sure there are.
Oh, dude, you should hear the shit that I remember from Khalil Green. You know what he used to do? When I was probably like fucking 12, bro, we used to, behind the where the players leave on Petco Park, you know how people would wait and try to take pictures with them and shit. I got pictures with Roman Hernandez, Trevor Hoffman, Mark Loretta, all them good players.
Right.
This guy pulled up on a fucking convertible, wouldn't stop for any fans, and he would just dip. And being my dad asked one of the guys that would always stand there. He's like, "Hey man, what's up with Khalil? Like, why doesn't he ever stop?" He's like, "Oh, he goes around the corner. He's got some chicks waiting for him over there. He just goes ahead and picks up a different one every once in a while." We're like, "What?" I mean, you're talking what, 2000?
Oh yeah, he was a dude, bro.
2004, 2005.
Yeah, dude, like he was a dude. Like the Padres were out here competing for the NL West title, and he was a. If I'm not mistaken, I think he might have been Rookie of the Year.
I don't remember, but he was a really good player. I know Rangers, Cardinals, Padres. He was a really good shortstop.
Yeah, but there's a difference between going and hooking up with girls
and then choking them
and fucking them while they're like unconscious. Like that's kind of big fucking deal, bro. So way different. But I'm not gonna get too. I don't want to get too deep into that, man.
Yeah, no. Let me make a note. I'm gonna edit that out.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, if the Angels want to make a dip in it, there's some players that you can go ahead and try to see, but they need to make a big splash for a pitcher. Honestly, I'd like to see Zach Greinke with the Angels.
But I even think
Zach Greinke's not going to go for a big contract. He is 38 years old.
But I think Zach Greinke.
It
depends on how long you giving him and what you getting him for. Because not that he's not good anymore. It's just, is he going to be him with Noah Syndergaard? Is he going to take you to the playoffs?
I mean, it just depends how much money the Angels want to throw. I mean, the big names that you got are Clayton Kershaw, which I
Outside
don't
shot.
know. I don't know what the fuck the Dodgers are doing. But if you don't keep this guy as a Dodger, they clearly saw something with his injury that don't want to say shit about.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, when you got a guy in a contract, you ain't gonna start talking about how his arm ain't ever gonna be the way it used to be. You know what I mean? Or whatever's going on. I mean, you don't release none of that stuff. But no, yeah. They see it, and that's the thing is like, unfortunately, like that's just the way everything's trending. Like, hey, you got younger ball players that are major league ready. I mean, look at Wander Franco.
Dude, did you see what Medium posted about him?
I did.
A 10-year contract
Shout
for
out
the
Medium
Rays? That's a
Loose.
big ass commitment.
Shout out Medium Loose Instagram, the homegrown. But yeah, that they're talking about 150. Was it 150, 160 $160 million?
150 for 10 years of a contract extension.
I mean,
on his rookie season.
That's still $150 million, but you're talking about.
I mean, you can see the guy's got talent.
Bro, yeah, and his little rookie contract will be up in a few years, and when that's done, he's gonna be worth $400 million. Like, why would he take a quarter of the money now? You know. But at the same time, motherfucker, you telling me somebody's giving me 10 years for $160 million? I might sign that shit. But the thing is, with the Rays, he becomes super valuable. They can go ahead and flip him to the Dodgers for mad cheap.
Fuck yeah. That's what the Rays do.
They go flip him to the Mets or whatever, right?
Dude,
they
Kevin Cash.
They do. They can, bro. Yes, they sign him. They use them. If they fuck around and win a World Series or they end up sucking, they're like, hey, you know what?
Let's trade him.
We got this fucking super friendly deal with this guy. People will give us the fucking world for this guy.
Heck yeah. Especially since he's what, a shortstop?
He's a shortstop that plays second base, and honestly, he put his ass in the outfield too if you need to. Like, he's Ketel Marte 2.0.
There's a lot of teams that would. I guarantee you the Yankees would eat up that contract.
Yeah, but the Rays wouldn't give him to the Yankees
for the right price.
Yankees ain't got the right price.
They don't got shit, man.
I mean, they got a bunch of major league ready dudes that, well, they're not going to give Aaron Judge away. They're not going to give up Stanton. People want to talk all this shit. People bug the fuck out of me when they talk about
rebuild at this
point. The Yankees?
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but I mean, it's the fucking Yankees, bro. You're the Yankees. There's no such thing as rebuilding. It's refueling. So it's like, okay, look, we got
clearly refueling hasn't fucking worked since 2009.
And fucking refueled. They got Garrett Cole last year, right?
Whoop-de-fucking do.
2020 season, right? 2020 year and last year. Hey, he's made a difference, right? But
but not when he gets to the playoffs.
Right. Go on your rant then. Go on your rant about Garrett Cole in the playoffs. How many shitty playoff starts has Garrett Cole really had in his career? Go.
With or without Stiggy stuff? Nah, just fucking.
Yeah, don't be those. Don't be those people who complain about the Astros still, dog. Don't be those.
I'm not. I really don't give a fuck about it. But I mean, like you said, yeah, he doesn't have. Obviously, he got big money to be the guy to take them to the playoffs. Like you said, you want that workhorse
to win him a chip, right? Hey, he's getting the same shit Alex Rodriguez got.
Yeah.
Everybody said A-Rod was garbage in the playoffs. Go look at A-Rod's postseason numbers all time. Not garbage, far from it actually, but
very decent.
Yeah,
very decent. And 2009 was his best one.
Well, yeah, because the motherfucker went and hit 4 something. Like, okay, yeah, and then of course it broke it out, and he was the main reason why he carried them pretty much to the World Series. Him and Matsui did their thing. Right?
Exactly what I was going to say. Him and Matsui.
So, along with obviously it takes other people too, but they had big postseasons, right? And then after that, everybody kind of stopped talking shit about A-Rod, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's all Garrett Cole is. Garrett Cole, they brought him in. You know what everybody wanted? Everybody's pissed off that the Yankees got Garrett Cole, first of all. Everybody's mad about that. So everybody's already against it. They didn't win in 2020. Like, see, he ain't shit. 2021 comes around, they win. See, he ain't shit. It's like, yo, dude, Motherfucker was just up for the Cy Young. I think wasn't he up for the Cy Young last year?
Yeah, he was. It was him. It was Robbie Ray, and it was Lance Lynn.
Yeah, this year, right?
Yeah, this year.
And then last year, if I'm not mistaken, I think
he was up there too.
Iterations too, right? So it's like, all right, bro, but people just aren't satisfied.
He's always been in the top 5.
Yeah, people who hate the Yankees, they're gonna talk shit about fucking Garrett Cole not winning and how he's a bust. Garrett
Cole, but they didn't have any pitching, which is kind of the same scenario that the Angels were in, that they had Shohei Ohtani. They didn't have anybody behind them. Yeah, they got who was it? Corey Kluber. He was like a hit and miss, the same thing that they're going through with Noah Syndergaard, that you didn't know what you were going to expect from this guy. Now, first half of the season was shaky. He got the no-hitter, and then he kind of produced a little bit better. Same thing with Montgomery. Same thing. I mean, they just injuries killed the Yankees, and I don't know if managerial decisions, but obviously the breaks that they take, like the resting breaks and shit like that, that I don't know why do they do that.
Well, all the people who complain about Giancarlo Stanton being hurt every year, right? They got to take a load off him. He's DHing most of this time. They're putting him in the outfield. And then they put him in the outfield towards the end of the season because he was healthy, right? Yeah. If you got all these good ball players and they on the shelf, they ain't doing you no good. You know what I'm saying? And now you got management and you got front office. You got all kinds of shit that play into it, man. But
yeah,
I mean, that's just the way it is, dude. It's the way it is. And the thing is, let's say Aaron Boone plays them motherfuckers 145 games, 150 games, and next thing you know, dudes get hurt right before the playoffs. It's like, damn, man, maybe they should have rested some of these guys during the, fucking. So it's always the opposite end of things. If they rest them, why ain't they playing all the time? They playing all the time and they get hurt. Oh, why did they rest them? So it's really, you could say
it's not so much the resting though, but it's more like I feel like
rotation. Well, they got too many fucking players. They got too many good dudes. They got too many elite guys. That's like, fuck, we want to give everybody, we want to give everybody some love. And that, that plays into it too, when it comes into clubhouse happiness.
But you got no consistency though.
To what? Consistency with who?
With rotating the players. I understand, like, you have too many good pieces that obviously you're paying big money to. But
all right, guys, if there's 6 games a week, right? Let's say you guys are playing 6 games a week, and you're playing 4 of them, and he's able to manage that all these guys somehow get a piece of 4 games per week. How is there no consistency there? You're playing the majority of the week,
I can see that point. Yeah.
So there's platooning dudes. And then there's guys where it's like, all right, Judge is DH in a day, and then he's gonna be playing right field the next 3 nights, and he gets an off day on Friday, and he's back on Sunday night baseball. So
kind of like what the Rays do.
Exactly. But see, because it works with the Rays, and the Rays have a fucking 15th of the payroll, and they have guys that you don't even fucking know, and you don't care, right? But he's playing the same amount as Aaron Judge or Gio Urshela. Like they're playing the same amount, rotating the same way, but because their name isn't Gio Urshela or fucking Aaron Judge, nobody's questioning that they're getting fucking switched around and rotating and not having the.
But see, it works for the Rays though,
dude. And there's teams that it doesn't work for at all, and these motherfuckers are fucking 40 games under 500. But like nobody's gonna talk about them, but people are gonna talk about the New York Yankees.
Like, yeah, because they're the New York Yankees.
Because they're the New York Yankees, right?
No.
And everybody acting like Aaron Judge out here making $30 million. No, he ain't. You know what I'm saying?
He's a free agent next year, right?
Yeah.
You think you're going to sign him?
I mean, if they smart, yeah. I mean, that's the dude, man. Look at his stats. When he's playing, it's one of the best in the game.
When he's healthy, he's fucking good.
And that's what that's what they saw. They finally saw a majority healthy Stan and a majority healthy Judge. Yeah. Stan came back. Stan hit like 11, 12 home runs in the last like fucking 5 weeks. Went on a shit and just terrorized. And then went into the playoffs and dropped the beat buddy too.
Dude, honestly, the Yankees, if the Yankees could have capitalized with what Stanton was doing in the playoffs, it would have been a different conversation. Because Stanton had an amazing playoff run this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and just like he did last year.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear anybody talking shit about fucking Giancarlo Stanton regular season or not. Like this motherfucker, when he's in it,
he's in it. Yeah.
Does he look nasty as fuck when he fucking strikes out? Yeah, but you know what? Hey, that's fine because he wants to look like he'll look like shit 200 times a year to put the ball out 45 times a year and drive it 120 yards. Because at the end of the day,
it's the same swing. He doesn't change it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't change his approach. So as a coach, I respect it. Like fuck, you know. And people are like, oh, you know, he can shorten up and go there. That's not what they paying him. Fucking, that's not why they paying him however much money this motherfucker can get. You know what I mean? So, you know, hey. So as far as the Yankees, like I said, the Yankees just need to refuel. Like rebuilding is like, damn, we need to trade everybody and start from scratch. That's the Cubs. The Cubs had a core three. The Yankees got still a fucking solid fucking core of guys that are under, you know, that fucking retained for the moment. You know what I
mean? But they lost quite a bit of people due to free agency.
Who?
They don't have a first baseman.
Yeah, well, that's been known. Like that's why they got fucking Rizzo at the break. That's why they're gonna try to get Olsen, or they're trying to fucking they're
trying to get
Rizzo. I mean, they got to give some shit up. Olsen got a contract. I think he's under contract for like another 2 or 3 years. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a guy with a friendly contract that you're gonna get this. Well, we need to get something back for that. You know.
Now, another team that doesn't have a first baseman are the Padres. What do you think? You think they're going to stick with having?
Well, they have a first baseman.
You can't hit for shit.
That's, hey, can't hit for shit. What's can't hit for shit?
Now, how many? I don't even
know. Can't hit for shit because I want to hear. I want to hear, and I'm not coming at you. I want to hear what can't hit for shit really means.
To me, can't hit for shit is getting benched. I mean, you're the player that. By the way, if you guys don't know, I'm talking about Eric Hosmer. If you're the player that's supposedly getting a team built around you.
But who said that? Did Eric Hosmer say that? Or did people just assume because he got a big contract that they're building around him?
It was said when they signed the contract with him. The same thing with Will Myers when they gave him that 6-year deal.
Well, yeah, because who are their best players?
To tie those players up and build around them.
Yeah. Well, you got to make your guys feel good, bro. We're not going to be like, hey, we're signing you, but the guy in AA right now who's 19, who's going to be up here in a couple of years, he's really what we were building around. Like, that's not who you're going to say. You want this guy? They got him. They wanted to make sure they got fucking Hosmer, and they got him. But
so
the thing is, you're talking about when he got signed, he was the player to build around. This is 2021, Papi. What do you expect? What do you need from your first baseman?
To be there defensively, to protect somebody else behind in the batter's box?
Yeah. I mean, is that
but are you really protecting
that's where you got your first, that's where you want your first baseman to be, right? But everybody has their roles on the team, bro. Right? This is I'm playing devil's advocate, bro, because
go for that. I
feel like people bash him so much, and I'm just like, hey, dude, did anybody say he was gonna be Albert fucking Pujols? No. Like, we weren't signing Albert Pujols. I'm sorry, when he was in Kansas City, Papi, he wasn't Albert fucking Pujols.
No.
Okay? When he was in Kansas City, right? He was a 25 homer guy. Yes, the last 2 years.
You had consistency, though.
Yeah, consistency. Well, last year, dude, he hit fucking 9 home runs, bro, in like 40 games or some shit, right? Mm-hmm. Which you're like, damn, 9 home runs in 40 games. Shit, you had that shit out 3 times, fucking, hey, that's 27, that's close to 30 bombs. You put 100 fucking, you put 120 games on that dude, 130 games, cool, right? Like, this year, a lot of games. I think he only had like fucking 11, 12 home runs, something like that. All right, hit 269. Where am I? I'm pulling this shit.
See, the thing with Hosmer is the way that I see Hosmer is I don't see him as a home run hitter because he never really was a home run.
He never was.
He's a contact hitter.
He always hit a lot of ground balls, and he was a contact hitter.
Yeah.
So why is it that all of a sudden people are acting like he's not Eric Hosmer? He's exactly who he's been, bro.
The problem with, and Padres fan base, they don't know baseball.
I'm not gonna go say the Padres fan base doesn't know baseball. There are Padres fans out there, just like other teams, Becas, that don't know shit from shit either. You know, I get it though. There's Padre fan. It's because he got a big contract, right?
Well, they see the thing is that they see. I think newer Padre fans see Eric Hosmer, they look him up, and they're like, World Series champion with the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, because he was part of a team.
Yeah, but at the same time, you think that, and you're like, oh shit, we have a World Series champion in our team, first baseman. You see him, you're like, holy crap, it's Eric Hosmer. He's going to hit 35 home runs a year. I don't think he's ever hit 35 home runs a year.
Dude, I think the most he's ever hit was like 25 or something, 27.
Going back to the point, we all know Eric Hosmer's been a ground ball hitter and he's a contact hitter, but yet again, he's consistent with that. He's hasn't changed.
Yeah.
See,
the thing, 25, he had 25 back-to-back years, bro. 16 and 17.
Nice stuff.
Beginning of his prime. That's what we saw from him.
So now what do? Do you keep that first baseman knowing that he's not a first baseman that you want hitting wise?
I just don't think that's your biggest. I don't think that's their biggest need, though.
I mean, the Padres' biggest need, in my opinion, is the fucking bullpen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude, think about it, bro. Like, look, if they had a healthy squad and a healthy rotation this year, they wouldn't have that collapse, bro. Like, people talk about, it's like, oh, other teams dealt with it too. Yeah, the Cardinals dealt with it, but guess what? They got hot at the right fucking time.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if roles were reversed, right? And if it was slow and the Padres heated up towards the end, it's just the way it works sometimes. That's, it's different. It's about how you finish and everything. And for me, if they don't have the rotation, the injuries into the rotation, they still sneak into the playoffs. And then who knows from there, right?
Like, I mean, the Padres are going to have decent starting pitching next year. You got Darvish that hopefully he picks it up like he was doing at the end of the year. You got Blake Snell that hopefully he feels comfortable pitching at Petco. You got Mike Clevenger that's coming up. Hopefully you got Ryan Weathers that's going up and down in the minors. But, I mean, they could, in my opinion, I feel like they need to go for pitching.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Their biggest – that's why we ain't got to be on this Eric Hosmer train.
A fourth arm going into the starting rotation, maybe Carlos Rodon for a 1-2 year contract.
Yeah, you can go take a chance on a guy like that who hasn't really blossomed until this past year. Like Rodon has kind of been that guy. It's like, man, he has the shit. He just hasn't gotten to that point. He reached that point this year, had success through that damn near perfect game, through that no-hitter, like had a great year with the Sox, and now it's time for him to, make them choices. So it's like, hey man, like that could be something they add on. But for me, I'm not on this old Eric. I'm just not on this Eric Hosmer hate train. I think he still fits fine on what they got going on. I don't expect him, nor do I want him to be in the top of the lineup. Like, he's not a top of lineup guy now.
No, he's got to be in the bottom. Like,
he's a 6'7". Yeah, he's a 6'7", 8 guy, and that's fine. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, when you think of him like that, but it's like, oh well, first baseman, that should be a premium spot. It's like, bro, look at the rest of the lineup. You don't need him to be some extra dude, some extra dude. He's not gonna be better than he's ever been. Yeah. We've seen his best, and it wasn't in San Diego, bro.
Yeah, no.
And that's what it is. But you're not gonna get anything by trading him. And
you know what though? It'd be nice if they do come up with a DH. Maybe he could be the Padres' DH.
But why would you have him being your DH?
Well, that way.
Is he that terrible? I mean, I guess I haven't looked at all the analytics and stuff, but is he that terrible of a first baseman?
He has. I've seen him play pretty defensively, but what I'm saying is, then you can add an extra bat to the lineup. You would have Jake Cronenworth at first base. You have Ryan Reynolds at second. You got Tatis at short, and you got Machado at third. Hey.
But even with that being said, I wouldn't have him DH him. I'd have him playing first base. Because, hey, say what you want to say, Jake Cronenworth isn't a better first baseman than Eric Hosmer.
No, he's not, but he is a better.
Well, yeah.
So I think that's the whole situation why they took off Hosmer at the end of the year and they put Cronenworth at first.
Yeah, putting their best hitting lineup in the fucking game. Yeah, no, I get it from the managerial standpoint, but
Now it's going to get interesting with Bob Melvin as a manager.
You know, different, and that's the thing, man. Different leadership, dude. It's completely different, man. I don't know, man. I guess we're gonna find out, but I still can't seem to see where all the fucking Eric Hosmer hate be coming from. But people expecting him to be more than what he is, and I'm just like, bro, if he was Albert Pujols and then came here and then all of a sudden was hitting like fucking, if he was fucking Chris Davis, bro, from the Orioles, like if he was just this fucking 50 homer dude and then out of nowhere falls off the face of the planet.
He retired, right?
Did he?
I think so, yeah.
I'm not even sure.
I think he retired last year. Mid-season, he's like, I'm done. Like,
yeah, I gotta look that up. I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, but I'm 85% sure he did retire.
But my point is if he fell off like that, I could see where all the hate's coming from. Yeah. But it's like, yo, dude, homie was a 25 homer dude. He came here and now he was a 20 homer guy. This year he hit 12 bombs. He didn't do much power wise. Yeah, but still, like, he's been a consistent like 20 homer dude this whole time. So it's not like out of nowhere, like this is the year, but like it ain't like he been doing anything out of the ordinary this whole time. It's just people talking shit.
So Tigers coming up clutch, picking up Eduardo Rodriguez for 5 years, 77 mil.
Guys are just getting money, bro.
Dude, they have to. I feel like hey, asshole, get over there. With all this thing going on with the CBA about there being a halt for the season, I think a lot of players are just going at it trying to get the contract signed so they have guaranteed money. Because if you think about it, if they wait, getting closer to spring training, are they going to take a pay cut? Which is most likely will happen.
Oh, and what I mean by them getting this money, Eduardo Rodriguez, I feel like he got overpaid.
You feel like he got overpaid?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, not that he's not I don't know.
I feel like he's consistent. I mean, he doesn't have the best ERA, but he's consistent. I mean,
I guess I really just gotta look at the market and how much other guys are really getting paid. And so now when you look at that, it's like,
I mean, you got him.
Is he half of Garrett Cole? Yeah. So yeah, I guess so. I guess he is getting half that money. Like I was talking about I was talking to my brother the other day. Oh, he was like, man, Stroman asking for 25 mil. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, like that's right. And it's like, oh shit. Well, I guess when Greinke getting paid 33, 34 mil, when these other guys are getting paid this money, it's like, well, I guess even that's might be even a discount when it comes to Marcus Stroman. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I just think it's wild sometimes. Like that's why I guess thinking about the 5 years, 77, it's like I guess that's not that much compared to what other motherfuckers are getting paid. So
yeah, and I mean, there's people that want Stroman to go to the Yankees, which I don't think that's gonna happen.
He won't
go. He's shown. I mean, you can look at his Twitter. He does not want to go to the Yankees. He might go back to the Blue Jays.
Them signing Barrios.
Yeah, 7 years, 131 mil.
Yeah.
No, that's one guy that's fucking consistent.
And I feel like that's even a discount because I feel like
it is a discount
and has another fucking great year, he can get $200 million.
He's decided to a contract extension. He's what, 27?
Something like that, 26, 27.
Signing him up for 7 years, you get a decent amount of years off of one. Blue Jays being the way that they are, they may trade them if they don't seem fit to winning a World Series or being contenders anymore, which in my opinion, I feel like they might take the East.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're looking good. They got the young talent mixed with the guys they got. I want to know where Marcus Simeon's going.
Oof. You got you can play him second base. You can play him at shortstop. You can throw him in the outfield if you want. He got he was what, fourth in the MVP. I think yeah, he was like third or fourth. No, he was top five. I'm pretty sure for MVP voting, and that's him taking a hit, going to the Blue Jays, and changing positions.
And then breaking the single season record for home runs at set position.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
It is.
So he's about to go get paid. Probably short-term deal, but paid.
Yeah. He's
I
gonna
I
get
think
money.
he can get himself a 4 or 5 year deal probably.
Here's one guy. Oh, fuck, I don't have it on my list. Fucking Buxton, the outfielder.
That's another tricky one.
That's a tricky one, dude, because they were thinking about having him traded, and it never happened.
Well, he's barely been healthy. That's the thing. Like when he's healthy,
When he's healthy, fuck.
dynamic. He's a game changer. You're talking about the Harpers, the Trouts, the Tatises, like that's the echelon he's in. But when he's healthy, and now he's at the point where it's like his skill and his talent commands a whole lot of fucking money. And the Twins, this is my take on the Twins. The Twins aren't afraid to pay on their own homegrown dude because they did it with Maurer. And even though it's like, oh, Maurer towards the end, he's hey, but you know what? He was still a mainstay in their lineup. He still fucking produced. He's still at some level, right?
Yeah.
And that was their dude. And they don't regret paying him that money. And they'll pay him shit. If they did it again, they'd probably pay him a little bit more. That's how much they love Joe Mauer.
Yeah.
So when Minnesota, it's not that they're afraid to spend the money, but when they're going to spend the money, they want to make sure it's right, you know? So I have a lot of Minnesota Twin fans that are fans of the Twins. And, you know, they're all kind of on the fence. Like one of them really likes Buxton and like really wants him to stay with the team. But then when the conversation takes a turn, it's like, how much money? He's like, oh, well, that's different. Like, yeah, well, how much money are you willing to invest in the guy? Like, he's worth how much? But, you know, so it's tough for a market like Minnesota. You can't miss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you invest that money. So
I mean, there's very good players that honestly, there's a lot of players that declined the what do you call it offer, qualifying offer. The only one that I see that accepted it was Brandon Belt. Which Brandon Belt, I don't think he has anything to prove by accepting the qualifying offer. But I mean, maybe he's towards the end of his career also.
So even back end, I wouldn't say towards the end, but back end.
Yeah.
Damn, man, you over here nailing motherfuckers in the coffin over here, Becca. Damn.
Hey, man.
That's what you do, baby. That's what you do. You did that. You tried doing that in show here, and look what he did. So
maybe I'm trying. I do this so they fucking have a good season next year.
Talk shit and they turn it around after you talk shit about it.
I don't know. I honestly, it kind of sucks too because, like, I don't know. I feel like there's teams out there that need these players, and I feel like they're not throwing out their offers quick. I think they're trying to see
market. It's all about
market, but at the same time, if you need these fucking players, why wait?
Once the chip fall, well, you know, there are people like that. I wouldn't doubt there's going to be somebody who's going to say who's in it, who thinks they're in it for Seager and Correa, and it'll be like, fuck it, Trevor Story. They're going to go with Trevor Story.
That's
there's going to be a team that's going to go after Trevor Story. And I feel like I don't know shit from shit. I ain't got no insider tips or anything like that.
But honestly,
I feel given that type of market like that, I feel like Story comes and gets a nice offer. He accepts it. Once he accepts it, once one shortstop signs, it's all gonna start.
They're all gonna go.
It's all gonna go.
Now, out of these three, these top, you got 4 shortstops that are decent on the market right now. Got Correa, got Story, got Seager, got Baez. Now, I got in an Instagram feud with some fucking guy because he swears that Robinson Cano is gonna have a comeback year with the Mets.
I don't think he's crazy.
You think he's gonna end up being in the lineup? I mean, yeah, they're paying him 22 mil.
Bro, Robinson Cano is still one of the best hitters on the planet.
Where do
So
you
with
where,
that being
where do you
said,
put him in the Mets?
well, this is the thing is, baby, you know that whole CBA.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of the rules that's damn near that everybody knows is gonna get changed?
The designated hitter.
There you go. If you feel Robbie Cano isn't as quick on his feet like he used to and can't play second, you DH him.
Now,
Because
if
now you
if
keep
that rule
Robbie
doesn't
Cano off the
change,
field.
if that rule doesn't change, do you
It will. It will.
worst case
And
scenario?
if it doesn't, they're eating that money. So either you buy the guy out and you eat that money, you trade him for nothing, damn near pretty much pay somebody to fucking you're paying
Take him.
whoever. If they try trading him, ain't nobody gonna touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. And if they do, they're gonna get it for the dummy low. You know?
Trading who? Robbie?
Yeah, they trade Robbie Cano. Like they're not gonna get much back. You're pretty much
Yeah,
paying
no.
somebody to take him off your hands. So instead of paying somebody, have the motherfucker play. It's not like motherfucker. It's not like the Mets are just that fucking great that they just don't need Robinson Cano.
Yeah, no.
So, and if you're already investing money in it, you know, and he comes back, and you know, if it all depends on culture too. Like if he's not a culture fit, that's what motherfuckers, you know, hey, we're gonna release this guy or DF or whatever, however that all the terminology and stuff like that. It's all different depending on the ball player and stuff. But
So what do you do?
you know, they release him on that.
Do you wait off on getting Javi Baez?
I don't think you wait off on doing shit. If you got the money to spend it, go spend it. The Mets apparently, fucking Uncle Steve Cohen say he got the money and he not gonna get outbidded. Well, then fucking prove it. Because they got Robbie Cano back on the books this year. They didn't have him on the books last year. Remember? Because he was suspended. Fucking.
Yeah, that's
We don't
22
gotta fucking
mil
pay him
on
that
the
money.
books.
Yeah, but now it's back on because like, well, it's part of the contract, and now he's not suspended no more. So
Yeah.
now you own this money.
So you got
You know, but if you pay like that, like
you
he
got
says,
Lindor
like
at
they
shortstop.
are.
Yeah. You got Lindor at shortstop. You got Robbie Cano on second base. You got Peter Alonso on first. If Conan has
Who's
the
at third base?
Yad? No.
Billard?
Let me see. I'll look that up real quick.
That's
I know
what I'm
it's the
saying.
guy that they were trying to have him.
I'll tell you right now, Robinson Cano would probably play third base.
You think he's got the legs for it?
The legs. Yeah.
It's the hot corner.
Bro, Robinson Cano got some of the smoothest hands. And yes, second base and third base, different positions. I know this. But Robinson Cano was a shortstop. He wasn't a second baseman coming out. Everybody's a shortstop, moved to second base. Type shit.
Who the fuck was the fucking third baseman? Blackenhorn? No.
My point is, ain't nobody really playing third like that. And guess who can play third too? Javi Baez. So, dude, there's a way to work all this stuff. I think the DH is coming in. I think that's just something that's what it's going to be. If you have Robinson Cano DH it for you 110 times throughout the year,
I'd rather
you
have
might
that. I mean, if the DH thing
that's
goes
what I'm
through.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not even an if back.
So Javi Baez stays with the Mets.
I don't think he's going to go to the Mets, but
What do you
if he
think
stays
Javi
with
Baez
the
is going to
Mets, I'd like Javi Baez to stay with the Mets because I think him and Lindor is a good thing, man. I think he was good for Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
I think him being there with Frankie was good for him too. So I see either him doing that or I mean, shit. I mean, Boston. I hate to say it, but Alex Cora, man, he's gonna continue to bring in the Boricuas when he can, bro. When it fits his needs.
Alex Cora has got respect managing. I mean, he's made really good teams out of scraps. To be honest.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily scraps.
No, but the team that he had wasn't built for a playoff.
He's a manager. Yes. Well, he's a manager. That's what it is. He uses analytics, but guess what? It's a lot on field.
Yeah.
That ain't even being old school. That's just being fucking real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's the thing. Like, not everything's about this old school teaching. It's like, hey, we can still do this. We can still do this during fucking practice. We can still do this for development. But something tells me, you know what? I like this dude in the outfield. Today I like you at second. Boom. And that shit just clicks. Like,
And it works.
at the same time, he leads well. And if he has, you know, you have that respect, bro. If you command that respect and have that respect, like the confidence people have in you, they're gonna have confidence in themselves. You know what I mean? By just the confidence you have in that. You know what I mean?
And that's why I think they brought in Bob Melvin to the Padres, because he's a respected manager,
Yes.
and you got all shit ton of top dogs in that team.
Bro, he's been managing the fucking A's for the last, I don't even know how many
10
years,
years.
bro. De año, loco. So this motherfucker has been, you know, he's been making chicken salad with chicken shit for 9 years, 10 years. So now he's coming in, and I was just telling somebody the other day, I was like, dude, when Bob Melvin's son, I said, bro, he's got the best team he's ever had this year. Like, that's what he's gonna have. He's gonna have the best fucking roster he's ever had in his life as a manager.
Now, if it wasn't Bob Melvin coming in, who would you have wanted to be a manager for the Padres? I would have loved Ozzie, hands down.
I think I would have. I wanted Ozzie. I thought it was a great idea when it was popping off, because I'm like, hey, you know what? You kind of, you know, I think it'll be a nice little shake up for San Diego. I think, you know, and Ozzie's been away from the managing game, which I think him being away has helped him even more as far as how he would be like in other situations, like shit like in Miami don't happen again. Because think about it, if he doesn't do that in Miami, dude, I think they let that team kind of figure themselves out, at least through a second year. They didn't even make it halfway through the first year and fucking gave everybody away, bro.
He had it. He had
that was wild. Like, dude, he has Jose Reyes. Yeah, Mark Burley. Like, dude, they have, oh my God, bro.
Jose
and they had all the dudes.
Mark Burley, Kristen Yelich, Giancarlo Stanton,
Marcelo Zuna. Marcelo Zuna eventually came in with that squad. Yeah. Like, all these dudes eventually like made their ways onto the Marlins.
I think they had a decent first baseman. I forgot the guy's name.
Justin, I think it was Board came in afterwards. Logan Morrison was there. He was decent.
Logan Morrison, yeah. I mean, they had a really good team.
But yeah, dude, they had fucking dudes, man. They had Heath Bell. They got Heath Bell. They got Mark Burley. Like, it was supposed to be Josh Johnson was already on the squad. Like, it was supposed to be, you know, the buildup, you know, and you know, he go and says some stupid shit about Fidel Castro, and the next thing you know, it's like, bro, you're literally in the community of people who left that, who fled that country, risked their lives to leave that regime, and you're over here praising them. Granted,
that's basically the family.
But to take that out of context, yeah, but you still can't say anything remotely close to that. Like, being from Venezuela, you know what I mean? Like, you too, motherfucker. You know?
How do you think Ozzie? I mean, I love Ozzie as a manager, just straight up. But yeah, I think Ozzie is out of touch with the cancel culture. You think? I mean, because
they said La Russo was out of touch, and I mean, he seemed pretty in fucking touch with his team. And
no, I don't mean in that sense, but I'm like, he has a hot mouth.
Oh yeah, but that's entertainment. That's part of it.
I mean, we love it.
Oh yeah, and you know, and it's just it's on. But Ozzie's always had a hot mouth. It ain't. No. It ain't made a difference. You know what I mean?
If he interviewed for the Padres, there's open spots for managers still. A's need a manager. The Mets need a manager. I mean, Ron Washington could take the Oakland A's management position if he wanted.
I mean, that's what everybody wants and shit. It'd be really cool, but for Wash, is that really what Wash wants to do? Like, sometimes it may not be it may be the job you're looking for, but it may not be the right organization you want to be with, you know?
People wanted him with the Padres so bad, dude. I didn't think that was going to be a good fit.
I think anywhere Ron Washington is going to be a good fit for the personnel, to be honest. Like, there's just dudes that I think are going to be good for any team. But yeah, man, the A situation, they're pretty much doing what the Cleveland Indians did in the movie Major League. Like the owners, they're out here. They're gonna be just, hey, we're gonna skin and bones this organization, and then we're gonna move, relocate, get a bunch of money, and then start spending money on players. I mean,
Which, by
if
the
the
way,
A's really want to move forward, if they really want to move forward with everything, like that's just what's gonna have to happen.
they're gonna test the
Like,
market this spring training.
well, yeah, they're going to Vegas. Like they're doing shit in Vegas. Like it's
Them
bro.
and Cleveland.
Well, Vegas is the fucking best spot for this shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
Vegas is the best spot. I mean, literally, when you come to the West Coast, it's like, oh shit, that's another place. You know, now you're taking them from Oakland, making them to Vegas, essentially making them closer to everybody else except the fucking Mariners. Like
Yeah.
Seattle's way the fuck up there, dog.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't think a lot of people understand how fucking far Seattle really is. It's far northwest it really is in the country. Like
Yeah.
taking your
Yeah.
ass from Seattle to Miami, fam, to
Well,
Atlanta.
did you see that the Rays are gonna test the market in Montreal?
Good.
Because I mean, they don't.
Montreal's been they've been yearning. Like it was one of those things. Like they didn't know what they had until the Expos were gone, and it was like, oh shit, like that was our identity, you know. So I think the support they got when Toronto went up there and played that fucking exhibition game and Vladdy walked that shit off, like I think that's like that was just a showing of like, hey, I think Montreal it really deserves and to have a team back. So I mean Tampa, dog.
Tampa does.
I've been there. I used to live there. I used to be there. It's just it's just,
even
the thing is, dude, it's not even in Tampa Bay. It's fucking St. Petersburg, first of all. It is kind of like right outside the hood. Like, so not only that, it's not even in Tampa, it's in St. Pete's, right outside the hood. Like, and if you're coming from other directions, just the way you got to get there, it's just a pain in the ass. Like let's say I used to live in Fort Myers. We went out there a few times. Like I get it. So it's either they built, and it's not even the now. It's like, look, there is fans. You see the motherfuckers in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
There's fans there, but the thing is, having a team there, dog, where you have spring trainings, teams like the New York Yankees, where you have the Red Sox that are down the road.
Everyone.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they have half the leagues in Florida, but what I'm saying is like you have them teams, like you have the legendary to like the Yankees are literally in Tampa, like in actually the city of Tampa. So like you got fucking people actually in Tampa who are Yankee fans because that's where the Yankees fucking farm system team's at. That's where the spring training's at. All that shit. The Red Sox, same shit. They're down in Fort Myers. Hop, skipping, and jump away, bro. That's like going from like Orange County to San Diego. Like it's that close. So, that's where the differences come in. But they have fans, bro, and the fan base is building. They're good. They continue to be good. They don't keep their players like that, but they continue to be good. And so they got fans. It's just more of it being convenient for them fans, and where the fans are actually located. So, yeah, man, it'll be interesting. But I like them to be up in Montreal. That's for sure.
I think it'd be a good fit. I mean, they need a decent fan base. So, all right, I'm gonna start this segment. It's called the Thirsty segment. It's brought to you by Salud. These guys, I don't know if you heard of them, Boo Boo. They're better than the Liquid IV.
Okay, I'm listening.
Better than Liquid IV. They got 3 flavors right now. All right, they got Jamaica, they got horchata, and they got the cucumber lime. All right, I'm gonna open it up so you see it. All right, look at that little packet.
Little perico pack. I see it.
Little packet. It's got, I believe it's got 10 grams of sugar. Not 10 grams. I'm sorry. No, it's got 10 calories. My bad. Just forgot. 10 calories. It's really nice. I've had the horchata ones, man, and they are bomb.
Horchata. Sold.
That's exactly what I said. When I messaged him, I'm like, man, I'm in Missouri. I got no good as horchata over here. If this shit is good, I'm hooked. They sent me a package. Salud, man. Try it out. Really good, guys.
They got tamarindo?
Coming up.
If they got tamarindo,
It's coming up, man. They're coming up with all these different flavors. They're just starting, but man, the Jamaica one and the horchata one are bomb. I have yet to have tried the cucumber lime because it just came out. But dude, if these guys are killing it with these flavors, you're gonna have every fucking Latino drinking this shit instead of fucking drinking liquid IV.
Hey man, our job, at my job, man, we have a bunch of liquid IV. I'd love to trade that out for some salud. So,
oh, dude, awesome shit.
All right.
So, thirsty segment. What team do you think is thirsty for players?
Oof. Honestly, the Angels. You got the Angels. I don't know, man. See, I mean, I want to say the Angels, but they're not really. How would you say
the Tigers.
Ooh, the Tigers.
I think they're thirsty for players. Because AL Central is shit. It's not shit, but it's getting.
You know who's gonna be running it. You know who's gonna be running.
You know the White Sox.
It's kind of like how the NL West was for a little bit when you're like, well, it's just the Dodgers, and then the Giants would sneak out of nowhere and fucking chip out of being a wild card.
Yeah.
And then it's back to being the Dodgers, like they just dominate everything. Like that's just yeah. So you got the Tigers being the thirsty team?
I think so. I mean, I think they have a good young starting rotation. I mean, fuck, dude. They literally had 5 Cy Young winners in their rotation in 2014. 5 Cy Young winners. Clearly, they know how to get young pitching. Now, if the decent core that they have right now is what they got, I mean, yeah, they got Eduardo Rodriguez, not your star starting pitcher. You're still trying to get a high market guy. I honestly think they're going to land Max Scherzer, bringing him back. I think that's going to be the quiet team. But I still think they need to make a big push for a big pitcher. And obviously, they're trying to get players to compete against the White Sox. So I think the Tigers are going to be the revelation team. I think a lot of people want the Mariners, want the Angels, want the Tigers to spend the money.
I have, now that I've thought this all through, I have the Mets being the thirsty team.
Mets have always been thirsty.
But hey, this shit's extra secco right now, dog.
Yeah.
They're hella thirsty right now.
Yeah, but I mean, if they need to hydrate, always get some salud.
Hey, they're gonna need salud y dos bendiciones. That's what they need.
Bro, they fucking better start putting sage on that front office.
Bro,
they just got the new GM today. They signed the new GM today.
They just need to stop fucking up. Like, stop like doing stupid shit. Like, stop texting your female coworkers, bro. Like, stop doing stupid shit like that. Like, God, stop drinking.
Oh, no,
hey, stop drinking and driving.
Wasn't she?
Motherfucker, you're a front office dude for the Mets, bro. Go ahead and hit that Uber one time for the one time, bro. Like, what you doing driving?
Horrible. Hey, did you hear the comments of Correa about Jeter?
Yeah, I seen him.
What do you think? You think it's gonna hurt? You think Yankee fans are gonna hate him more now?
Dude, after what Carlos Correa and all the Astros went through, like, and even like, oh,
I know Correa.
All the bullshit, all the shit talking, I don't think anything that's gonna be said to him now is gonna fix him, bro. So he
I don't think he cares what people think of him.
Well, no, clearly,
I'm just saying,
bro, which is good because it was really tough. It must have been really tough these last couple of years dealing with all the bullshit. You know,
I'm just saying, as a fan base, at the Yankee fan base, you think they're gonna be like, man, fuck.
Yeah, there's gonna be some people, but you know, hey, but I know enough New Yorkers, fucking growing up with them in my fucking household, being my parents, like, I know enough that motherfuckers are gonna talk they shit, but at the same time, they sign Correa and he goes out and helps them win a World Series. All's forgiven, bro. All is forgiven. Okay.
Hey, now you being a catcher and this is something that this is going to be the last thing we talk about. All right. This caught me off guard. Now, the catcher market is not great. There's not a lot of decent catchers in free agency. All right, there's literally not. Stephen Vogt and Young Gomes are the only one that catch my eye. All right, now the Braves.
No pun intended.
Yeah, the Braves have Travis d'Arnaud still for 2 more years under contract, but they went off and signed Manny Pena.
As they should.
For a 2-year, $8 million. Do you think it's just for trade bait?
You got that, but dude, honestly, the way the major league works nowadays, bro, it's just like the NFL and running backs. You're gonna need more than one of them, you know. And if you have 2 guys that can consistently do some shit, and you got guys like d'Arnaud, Pena, they can swing the bat. So guess what? This new CBA deal, when there's a DH, now you got a guy who's going to catch 85 games a year, and he's going to DH 25, 30 games a year. Now he's playing 110 games. Like,
now, if the DH kicks in, you think the Braves are going to re-sign Jock?
Honestly, bro, I think Jock, I could see Jock going back to Atlanta.
By the way, Jock is a back-to-back World Series champ.
Yeah, 2 different squads. I think that's pretty sick. I think Jock can definitely fucking resign with them. But I would like to see Jock go somewhere else. I like to see Jock get paid somewhere else.
I think he's just going to get a 1 or 2 year deal, to be honest.
We don't even see. I mean, but still, get his little payday. I mean, nonetheless, he still command a good amount of money per year. He clearly shows he can win and he can hit, you know.
Yeah,
get it done in the
playoffs. Spots.
So at the end of the day, that's what it is. You need winners, bro. And that's how people get contracts. That's how people have been getting contracts this whole time, bro. Yeah. Think about it. Fucking what's his name, bro? I still bring it up. Eovaldi. Eovaldi had a good year this year. Right? We talked about it. I got corrected. I did more, you know, I looked more on what he does. Oh shit, you know what? Motherfucker was pretty good for the size this year. You know, he got paid off of a playoff game. And he wasn't even that good that season. And he just came up big that time in that frame. And you know what?
And he came up big in playoffs ever since.
Yeah. And so at the end of the day, it's like, oh, he can have what he's going to have. And it's like, hey, that's why Masahiro Tanaka should have been re-signed by the fucking Yankees.
And they're bringing him back.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's not confirmed, but they were talking to Cashman, and Cashman's like, well, I mean, he's still playing in the Japanese league. He's still under contract over there, but he's always welcome. I think they might make a push to bring him back.
Nah, I think he.
Did I get you excited there for a quick minute? I think he was
insulted. Huh?
Did I get you excited there for a quick minute?
I mean, shit, yeah, you did. And I was like, let me make this shit up really quick. But nah, man, I think that's the thing, dog. Like everything the Yankees were looking for, and then like, hey, when you get another pitcher, it's like, well, you had one. Yeah, so it was Masahiro Tanaka. Like, you know, and he comes up big in the playoffs. He's a big game pitcher, and you know he's pretty consistent. So that's somebody off the top of my head. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Eovaldi. But
Nasty Nate.
Yeah, man. So yeah, bro.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy out there, and it's about to get crazier because, like you said, it only takes one big guy to sign, and that guy sets the market for everyone. So I think once Correa signs, everything else is going to fall into place.
Yeah, or if just out of nowhere somebody reaches a fucking good enough deal with Story and his agent.
I think Schwarber might get paid. Schwarber or Mark Cano.
Hey, another A's guy that's just gonna be gone.
Yeah, I mean, would you make if you were? I mean, I'm talking. I know I'm going back between the Yankees and the Padres, not because I like them both, but because those are the teams that need to make the playoffs. Do you think the Padres make a push for either one of those top three outfielders, Mark Hanna, Kyle Schwarber, or Eddie Rosario?
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Like as I said, if this CBA goes through like I think it will, and the DH, universal DH, like we're looking at so many different options, bro.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I think I'm pretty sure everybody kind of has some type of insight on what's really and what's going down and what will go down, So if that's really part of it, I would definitely see them making a play. And I mean, why not? Why not, man? Because if you can, this is the type of team you go all in on. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're gonna add, and you gotta add winners. You gotta add dudes that won.
Refueling.
So exactly, refueling, bro. Because ain't no more rebuild. This is the rebuild.
This is the rebuild.
Built. It's been built, so now it's just acting on it. So,
all right, Boo Boo. Well, bro, it's always a pleasure having you. I mean, I told you this through message. You are the glue of this fucking podcast because I throw you papers and you just stack.
We are here.
Anything you want to mention? Anything you want
to? Yeah, man. Just a big shout out to everybody who supports the pod. You know what I mean? The few people who are gonna watch this, we appreciate you. Shout out Salud. I'm gonna have to give me some of that. So with that being said, hey, Salud. I'll drink me some water right now. That I can add that into later. But no, just a big shout out. I know some of my family is gonna listen to this, so hey, happy holidays to you and yours, Becas. I mean, we're gonna be in touch beyond this. But for the optics, happy holidays, Becas, to you and yours.
I'm trying to squeeze in as many episodes as I can before we got little baby Oliver here with us, but trying to make this happen.
That's wild, man. So just happy holidays, everybody out there, man. Big shout out, and yeah, man. Just looking forward to everything. I'm actually going back to San Diego for Thanksgiving, so I'll be
nice.
Able to see some family there. But I'll be spending Christmas out here with my girlfriend and my family for Christmas.
Chill. Guys, thank you, everyone. Please support, follow Google at Theo Epstein.
At Theo.Epstein, right? And no, not after Jeffrey Epstein, but after Theo Epstein, everybody.
And then go ahead and follow the podcast at the Hamino Podcast. We're everywhere. If you guys share it, we appreciate it. And hope you guys have happy holidays and everything good to go. All right, Boo Boo. Pleasure having you, man.
Fierro pariente.